State of Arkansas versus Michael Howard. This involves case 2016-341, a case for arraignment, 2016-340, a case for arraignment, 2016-84, a revocation proceeding, and 2016-248, also for revocation. 2016-340, 2016-341, both for arraignment. In the case of 2016-340, the charges are failure to register as a sex offender. In the case of 2016-341, the charges are residential burglary, Class B felony, and theft of property, Class C felony. In each of those cases, how does Mr. Howard now plead?
Not guilty.
Counsel, feel free to object if you have objections, but the court would be disposed to direct that Mr. Howard's case 2016-341 be transferred to the Division 4 docket.
No objection, Judge.
In case 2016-84, Mr. Howard entered his plea on that on the original charge in that one back in September, and was placed on probation. He's now back before the court on a petition to revoke filed October 18th. The petition to revoke alleges that on October 11th he failed to report for an office visit as directed by a supervising officer. He had changed residence in around October 10th without obtaining permission from his supervising officer, and it's alleged that he from October 10th and 11th on, he was evading supervision. Those are the allegations contained in the petition. On those allegations, how does the defendant now plead?
Not true, Your Honor.
In 2016-248, this is a case that, again, on September 1st of 2016, defendant entered his plea of guilty and was sentenced and placed on probation. The petition filed in this matter against him were the same allegations that I've already read off. The petition was filed October 18th of 2016. On those allegations, how does he now plead in that case?
Not true.
All right. The two revocation cases I'm going to put down for hearing on November 10th. On the other cases, the two new cases, the court is going to, that are both now on Division 4 docket, the court is going to set those for trial. The defendant was located hiding behind the house. The defendant stated he was living in a van that was parked in the driveway. He wasn't arrested at that time. It says that on September 28th.
No, sir. He was told to report, I do believe, to the police department. He failed to show up at that point.
Okay.
Judge, I believe, yes, on that day he was informed to give us his new address. That's what occurred there.
Okay. So his actual arrest date was on October 20th?
Yes. Yeah, that affidavit wasn't prepared until October the 4th. Your Honor.
All right. Having clarified that, then the court is going to set the two new cases down for trial May 22nd of 2017, for pretrial on April 20th of 2017, and for a reappearance in March 23rd of 2017. So those will be the assigned dates in this case. Any other matters to come before the court?
I did yesterday. Your Honor, I understand we have revocations in this, which we do not have in the previous case. I visited with Mr. Howard yesterday at the jail. Your Honor, I do want to make an argument on, I think even with revocations, that a defendant is entitled to a reasonable bond. Mr. Howard lives at 1645 Meadowbrook in Mountain Home. Mr. Howard has had a long-time residency in this area, and you know, I think that the court, I would ask the court to entertain setting, even with the revocations pending, because they're set for November 10th. Certainly I can prepare better if he can come into my office and see me easier than I can go to the jail. I would ask the court to set a reasonable bond for Mr. Howard on both the new charges and the revocation.
Well, I'm not sure in the context of a revocation proceeding with this many charges pending. I do believe in this circumstance the court cannot set a bond. I'm sympathetic with the attorney's issue of in trying to prepare his defense of not having to go to the jail to do it. I suspect that would make this a lot easier, but I'm not very sympathetic with Mr. Howard in that regard.
Your Honor, I will tell you that Mr. McGowan is in the process of preparing two new revocations based on the new charges that are going to come down through. So procedurally, I don't want this gentleman to bond out of jail and us come back in with these warrants that he's going to ask for no bond warrants. I would tell the court that the revocations are based, as the court has said, they're based on this man's non-appearance. The charges for which finds himself on probation are basically failure to register, both of them, both of the revocations. So the very nature of this gentleman's original problem and the problem for which he finds himself on his probation being revoked is simply not staying in contact with us or
He
them.
was given the opportunity to be on probation and it's alleged that he failed to comply with its regulation. On that basis, I'm going to provide that he'll be subject to a no bond hold until the November 10th date, at which time we'll hopefully dispose of those charges one way or another. After that, I will entertain a new motion on a bond on the pending charges based on the outcome of that hearing.